What's up, guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Demon Souls Kita Edition! Slowest Demon Souls Let's Play in the world! Okay, so, first thing I'm gonna do here is go to Boletaria. Yeah, let's do that. So, I believe I read the Throne of the False King description last time. The man who wielded untold power, calmly watching over the kingdom from on high, was not in fact old King Allant, but a demonic impostor who stood in his place. The true king dwells with the old one. Okay, so let's go to the gates of Boletaria, because there are a couple things I haven't done here involving pure white world tendency. Because I already basically screwed up my white world, unless I do some online stuff. And I'm not so concerned about it. Actually, the bigger thing really to me is that because I said no, I can't get the friend ring. And that's really the whole point of getting pure white character tendency. So I'm not going to worry too much about pure white character tendency anymore. It's no longer my concern. So instead, we're going to focus on just the white world tendency stuff and going back to black world tendency faster, which will involve killing some, well, just dying a lot, essentially, and maybe killing some named NPCs. So let's do that. Other stuff I'll do for this Let's Play as I go through. Wow, look how incredible your defense goes up compared to the beginning of the game. Other thing I'm going to do here, I'm trying to remember the fastest way to go where I want. Oh, this way is going to be the fastest. The other thing I'm going to do in this Let's Play, so I'll try to do all the pure white world tendency stuff and all the pure black tendency stuff. I'm going to read all of your guys' comments from the last episode and respond to everything just here, as opposed to in the comments like I usually do, because I think there's some interesting stuff to discuss that you guys brought up, and I figured that would be a better way to talk about it. As I'm mass dying in areas, I'll probably talk about the lore in those areas as I know it a little bit better, as I'm now 3 lore videos deep into my lore series, so you know all that research helps me a lot with my understanding of everything. And yeah, and then I might fast forward stuff if it turns just me dying over it. If I run out of things to say in an area, I'll just fast forward the dying over and over again part, so you know just have to like watch that. Well, that went really well. I'm gonna try again. No. Okay. You know, I usually don't pull out the parry on that last one where he does the sword strike, so I'm happy with myself that I was able to get that. Did I remember to drop down here last time? Good, I did. Okay, so if you guys remember way back to the beginning of the Let's Play, there's an area I decided not to go to, and that is the area that we're going to go to now. So, whoa, apparently he was blocking somehow at that moment. Yeah, anyways, that's where I'm going to go now. Let me just drop some crescent moon grass. And late moon, let's do full moon to be safe. Okay, so. I didn't go this way where we see a red knight guarding it. I don't know how much he actually hurts me for. Since this is 1-1, it might not be so bad, but he's kind of a good warning in a sense of that this is going to be bad. So we actually can't go in there until just now. So if that key that I got from Ostrava is how I'm going to open this up. So until you go to 1-4, you can't go here anyway. So there really wasn't any point except for dealing with a red knight, I guess. Maybe getting some more grass. But the mausoleum, we meet none other than one of the heroes of Boletaria. Old King Duran, still living, incredibly.
Thou who seekest the king's sword, I am the old king. Show me thy strength and the power of thy souls.
Okay, so this.
Prepare thyself, brave knight.
So this is totally optional, but he is incredibly easy during this first portion. Although you can see that he has incredible defense. So, he's not going to do too much yet, but man, when he decides to fight you for real, he can basically take you out depending on your health, in one blow, if not two. Like, two definitely, but it has the potential of one. But the good thing about him, like many enemies in Demon Souls, is that he staggers. So the thing about him is you actually don't... He's totally optional. You don't need to kill him. You don't even need to do this test thing that I'm doing right now. But it is really easy to at least do the test part. As you can see, he's not really attacking me much.
Well fought to have impressed one such as me, young knight. I am old King Dork, and thou hast proven thy strength to me. Step forth and take the king's sword in thy hand.
Okay, sorry about that. I was responding to a text. So, yeah, pretty easy. I was just kind of surprised by the swing that he did. But here we get the Demon Brand. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Start. A white blade made to be wielded against demons, held for generations by the Boletarian royal family. Pair with its counterpart, Soulbrand, to form Northern Regalia. The less demonic the soul of the wielder, the more powerful this blade becomes, hence Old King Allant's choice to wield Soulbrand instead. So it tells us a little bit about Old King Allant for sure. The fact that he chose Soulbrand, which would be the more evil version, essentially, as opposed to Demon Brand. But interesting that it's held for generations by the Boletaria royal family, so perhaps they made it during the beginning of the first Scourge, or even before that. But since it's made to be wielded against demons, you know, it could have been made specifically, as it's been held for generations, for this first Scourge. That would make sense to me. Let's see what you guys think. You know, I actually haven't looked too closely at the statue. I don't know who it's supposed to be of. Do you think that's Old King Duran, maybe? Since he's in here? So, anyways, if you want, you can leave here at this point. Cool, you got your sword. Back in the original Demon Souls, when there was a trophy for getting all the swords, you could have just done this. However, the Demon Souls remake has a trophy for getting all of the rings. Therefore, we have to defeat Old King Duran, who has a ring. Even though he's going to be nice and just chill until he's close to half health. So, thank you for that, Old King Duran. He just wants to make his music. So far it seems pretty easy, right? But he's one of the most difficult enemy. Well, he is the most difficult enemy in the game, if you consider him a boss.
King, thinkest thou to challenge me? Aptly wielded is said to be the mark of a king. Prove thy worth.
Oh. Yeah, he's actually pretty chill about it. He's like, all right. So here's my strat for him. As he's running... Oh, damn, he did heal himself. Oh, my God. I saw him eat something, and I wasn't sure what it was. This is going to be one hell of a long fight. Especially since he's already at, like, anger mode. I've never had him eat something that heals himself for me, so it's going to be pretty rough. I guess it's an equal bout since I can heal myself, too. Anyways, the way that I deal with him is exactly as you see right here, whereas I just let him run to me, and then I try to hit him since I have a quicker blade as he gets closer. And yeah, that's it. And as long as you can get your timing down, it should be okay. If your vitality is high enough, as you've been seeing with me, you should be able to survive an attack if you screw up, as I've screwed up on the occasional attack. And you gotta hit at the same time. But, yeah, so I guess, like, when I say he's the hardest, I don't think he's, like, clearly he's not that actually difficult. I don't need to have great timing for him. When he does that, I just hit him once to get him back on track to, like, attack me for real. Anyways, it's like Old King Allant. How Old King Allant was pretty easy, you know? Because he just did the same thing. You just wait for him to come strike you. Done. You're good. And Duran does the same thing. And especially if you have a quick sword like this, it's easy. But I just say he's the most difficult in terms of, like, his attack strength is incredible. And he has a ton of health, so... Those are truly the things that are going to make him a formidable foe. And I don't want to get trapped in here. Yeah, I was a little worried about that. He doesn't... Oh. Okay, see. One mistake, and you could, like... He can get you, so... That's the thing with him. I think he has, like, an area where he stops running at you. And you can try to backstab him. And I know that there's supposed to be, like, a strategy where you try to backstab him. But I don't know. I guess in that moment right there... No. See. I'm always a little concerned. I don't want to, like... anger him into... I know I could go for that backstab, but it's just... To me, it's, like, so scary to be, like, to go for that. Hey, I got one, though. Only 69. Okay. Outside of the meme of it is not worth it. Oh, my God. Okay. No! I'm being so unsafe with him, but this is taking so long. All right, look, I'll come to your home with you, okay? He just wants to go back home. He just wants to go back home. There. Hey, come back home. Come back home. Don't eat your grasses. Yeah, if you miss with one of those, I imagine he could really, like, nail you for missing, but this looks like it should be the end of him. I could be mistaken, but I think for killing him, first of all, you get the Ancient King Cest, and you get the Eternal Warrior's Ring, but I think it might drop your character tendency. So that's why I think I do this at the very, very end. Okay, so Ancient King Mask. The bronze mask of the demigod of Boletaria, Old King Duran, inlaid with jewels. That's what all this says. So nothing interesting, really. And then we get the Eternal Warrior's Ring. Old bronze ring belonging to Old King Duran. Increases stamina recovery speed. The hero Duran, guardian of the Boletarian royal family, lives in perpetuity as a demigod. That's it. You really don't get much else. Item descriptions are a little lacking in the Demon Souls. I don't think there's anything else in the mausoleum, but I'll go ahead and check just in case. In case anyone's like, no. What if you missed item? Nothing. Okay. And the one thing that I've been skipping over and over again, I think Mr. Puck, I think you're the one who kept on reminding me of this, is the pure white world tendency thing. So what I just did right there, doesn't matter what your world tendency is, I don't believe. It's just specifically having the mausoleum key. That said, what tendency you have will affect the difficulty of him, as is the case with... well, I guess I should say as is always the case in Demon Souls. So pure white world tendency makes things easier in this game. Pure black tendency makes things harder. So I imagine you probably get hurt for a little more and hit enemies for a little less if you're in pure black world tendency. So that's why I like to be in pure white world tendency for this spot, just to fight Old King Duran, so it doesn't take so damn long. But use my strategy, and you should be good with Duran, so I say. Okay. That said, let us go. Let us go to the Pure White World Tendency event of Boletaria. So, if you have pure white in your soul and in your heart, then you shall find this gate open. And to my understanding, once it's open, it doesn't matter if you come back in pure black or what, it will always remain open. In fact, it might open up in pure black world tendency because there's a pure black world event back here. Is there anything up here? Huh, guess not. But first we gotta deal with some phantoms being summoned. Scary, scary. Black phantoms, oh my. And go get some treats. See, this would have been helpful, I guess, or could be helpful if you're low on grass. Like, oh my god, some grass. Oh, yeah. The only thing I can say is I guess this is where they executed prisoners, because we see Hangman's Noose there. All the dead bodies were probably prisoners who were executed. Another Hangman's Noose there. And the NPC we're about to come up to is the Executioner Meralda. So, that's it. Oh, there's the blue High Knight helm. So, that's cool. I guess it was in this spot. That's right, you can't run onto that ledge. I always want to. I always, like, in my head think I can. Yeah, these guys are actually pretty brutal in Pure Black tendency. They do a lot of damage. But in Pure White, they're not so bad, as you guys just saw. Well, I guess I can use one of my many Crescent Grasses to heal right now instead of using a Full Moon. Although, then again, what does it matter? What do I care? I'll just use my Full Moon. I don't know why I'm still being stingy. It doesn't matter at all at this point. Okay, so... here we find Meralda, Executioner Meralda. I thought she was going to be on the other side. So I could be mistaken, but I...
Foolish traitor to the king.
I'm not sure with Meralda, but one thing I will say is that I know for certain if you kill Meralda the way that I just did, you will drop in World Tendency. And I'm just sending all this stuff back so I can pick that stuff up and read the description. Sorry, you'll drop in Character Tendency, and I think World Tendency too. Your World Tendency drops for killing her. Killing a named NPC drops your Character Tendency, and your World Tendency for that matter. So, I don't know if you get her to commit seppuku, if you get her to like commit suicide and fall off a ledge, if that counts or not. So, I haven't tested it, and maybe I should have just there, but we get the Binded set. But since I killed Old King Duran, I was like, I don't want to screw around with that right now. Because Old King Duran, I think, was going to drop my World Tendency anyways. So, anyways, what did I just get? Sorry, I was... Binded Hood. A pointed hood made of leather and scraps of Hessian that conceals the entire head. Worn by Boletarian executioners, of whom Meralda was perhaps most widely known, due to the bewildering combination of her unhinged cruelty and sonorous voice. And there's a cameo of her in Dark Souls as well, with the Meat Cleaver in Blighttown. Okay, so what else did we get from her? I believe a ring. But I don't remember which one. Oh, Master's Ring, that's what we got from her. Shaped with straw rope, this ring increases damage inflicted by all optimal hits, while decreasing damage inflicted by all other attacks. One of several rings originating in distant land known for its unique sword crafting technique, this ring too was crafted with a comparably uncommon process. That's the same as the Ronin ring says. So, it's like, I assume, presumably they're from the same place. They look similar in design. So it does, I guess, bring to question, is Meralda perhaps... does she originate from that land, and did she move to Boletaria? And I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. But it's just, I don't know, just a question to ask, I guess. Okay, so at this point, we could be safe, and we could just go straight down the ladder. However, there are items on the ledge. Safest way to drop for this first one is this spot right here, because you can see there's that opening. So they're built right on top of each other, so... you should be able to safely bet that you'll just drop straight down onto this other one. And let's get that. The Colorless Demon Soul. Oh, okay. So Colorless Demon Souls. I didn't remember that's what was there. Colorless Demon Souls are important in that... sorry. This is always, like, so sketch to me. Okay. Anyways, Colorless Demon Souls are how you level up certain, like, special weapons. And for the most part... No! For the most part, the only way to get them... I died in human form, which is what I wanted anyways, by the way. Because that'll keep on helping me drop my World Tendency. Anyways... Oh, I'm probably going to have to drop down on those again, aren't I? Anyways, Colorless Demon Souls are going to be our way to, hey, you, stop. To level up special weapons. And the only other way that I'm aware of to get it, other than that one that you just found right there, is in Pure Black World Tendency. Actually, I think one step up of Pure Black Tendency, you can find Primeval Demons, 1 per game per area. And a Primeval Demon drops a colorless demon soul upon death. So, that's that. That's how you get them. You need that Pure Black World Tendency if you want to level up those special weapons. Like, I think the Large Sword of Moonlight is one of the weapons that uses it, although I could be mistaken. Oh, man, I don't care about all this stuff. I just don't care, man. I just don't care. Let us try again. Kita! Huh, I almost just dropped down there. Honestly, the 130,000 souls, I don't care that much about. I'm going to go try to get them anyways, but it's not like the biggest deal in the world if I lose them all. Since I am not really planning on doing New Game Plus. Sorry. If that's a sad surprise. Okay. I want to do it on my own game just to finish getting everything and 100% it, but so yeah, anyways, we got another ring for the ring achievement. Here at the bottom, what do we find? The Brushwood set. The Brushwood set is what Bior wears. Bior wears the Brushwood set, so... Sorry, I didn't read the description there. Okay, so that's that. I would go ahead and just commit seppuku, but since I do have my 100,000 plus souls, might as well be a little more cautious about it. And yeah, I guess I'll... Do I have an Archstone chart with me? Probably not. I'm going to actually want to grab some for something else I'm going to show you guys for the end of the game. But I might do that in a next playthrough. I don't think I'm going to... Yeah, already looking at the time. I think this playthrough is going to be purely World Tendency stuff. And next playthrough will be the actual end of the game. I didn't realize I've been playing so long already. Time just flies when you're demon soulsing it up. So, okay. World Tendency Cure is done for Pure White. The next area where I didn't finish was... I finished Latria. Oh, I didn't finish World 4, so we're going to go to World 4 next. And let me start looking at comments. So, McBear says... Actually, I'm going to go to the Nexus for this comment. McBear says, by the way, I think you're a little off base on some of those spells at the beginning. Just because something is denouncing something doesn't mean it's a polar opposite. It's just a demonstration that you don't support it. And this is when I was talking about the miracles. So let me go ahead and talk a little bit more about the miracles, because I think I can talk about them a little bit better. Okay, so this is where I'm going to try to show that I think that they are meant to be opposites of the demons specifically. So the anti-magic field is the opposite of the Storm King. The Storm King's entire attack, even though it says one of the greatest miracles, it symbolizes the power of God in opposition to the forces of evil. But the point is, like, all of the miracles, I think, are supposed to be opposites of what the demons represent. Hence why the church thinks they're so good, because they do the opposite of the demons. The anti-magic field, it comes from the Storm King. The Storm King's entire attack is just magic missiles that he shoots at you, and the Storm Beast's attacks are magic missiles. Yet the miracle that comes from his soul is anti-magic. It's the opposite. It stops magic, completely stops his attacks. Second Chance. That one's a little more up to, because it's a denunciation. Again, that one's a little more up for consideration, I guess. But the old hero, or debate, I guess is what I meant to say, up for debate. But the old hero died, and they worship death. And they worship death at this place. So this thing keeps you alive, prevents the caster's death. Whereas that religion that the old hero worshipped was so much about death. Regeneration. This one I can talk on better than last time. Miracle derived from the soul of the Adjudicator demon gradually restore the caster's HP. Interestingly, his shield also gradually recovers your HP, which could be because that's what the non-corrupted demon version is, what those people who believed in him thought it would do. Either way, the point is that the demon itself, the actual demon, his soul, his cleaver drains your HP. So here, even though it's a miracle that's the denunciation of the heretical human devouring demon, adjudicator. The denunciation being the word. His demon soul creates a weapon that he uses that bleeds you, that slowly takes away your HP. Gradually restoring the caster's HP is the opposite. Resurrection is one that I think is super debatable by people, but that's what had led me to believe what I believe about Resurrection is based off of all the other miracles. That this is the opposite of what Astraea is doing. Cure for the writhing demon. Okay, so the writhing demon soul is the leechmonger. Leechmonger poisons you. Cures you of status ailments. Again, it's like an opposite thing. Even though, and the word anathema means opposite. It means something more akin to opposite. The miracle is a symbolic denunciation for old monk. Again, the word was denunciation, but the miracle derived from the soul of the old monk returns nearby black phantoms to their own world. The black monk, all we know about the old monk and what it says for his other descriptions is he summons black phantoms to do his bidding. So returning them to their world would be the opposite of summoning them to do your bidding. And that's all we have for those ones. But like the boss soul ones. But Dragon God. Actually, now we can talk about Dragon God. I haven't looked at this one yet because I haven't done my Stone Fang lore. One of the greatest miracles of all is symbolizes the power of God in opposition to the forces of evil. Miracle derived from the soul of the Dragon God demon creates an explosive field of force with the caster as center. Yeah, that one, honestly, I don't know. So I have to look at with the Dragon God stuff more and like his weapons more, but that's the one that I guess I don't know. Oh, I think he might have something interesting to say to us now.
From where does that howl come? That is no demon. It sounds more like a poor, hungry child. Do you have any idea what it might be? Something about it puts me at profound unease. May God watch over us. Bless us and all of Boletaria.
Okay, so this brings about a theory that DJ Slayer 0791 originally brought up to Epic Namer, I believe, back in the day, and which one of you guys shared with me, so thank you. But the theory is essentially, and I think it's a really cool theory, but the idea is that the god that the church worships isn't the old one. It's that the god who created the old one, essentially, or perhaps what the old one used to be, which used to be a pure thing. The fact that he's calling it the old one a hungry child means that maybe like the old one's like a child of the god that they worship. I think it's more of him just not understanding what the old one is and being afraid of what he doesn't realize is like the god. But I think it's a good theory in the sense of there were some things that I'm going to talk about in my story lore video that I found from this, which I'm going to credit to this, where in the cutscene with the monumentals, you see them. Sorry, I'm like trying to multitask here. You see the monumentals, altar storms, ritual path. That's what I want. You see the monumentals. Like the thing that they show is like a little like root when they're talking about the star of the world, and like it's a little tiny plant. And then when we see what the old one is, it's like this withered plant that's like coming up in like tentacly, but it's really like a plant, and it looks more like a tree when you go see it and everything, like a rotting tree in a lot of ways. So, I find that to be incredibly interesting. That maybe the old one wasn't initially bad, but was almost like perverted by the way that people use the soul arts and everything and their lust for power. So I think it's a really cool theory, especially the way that it relates to things. But anyways, let me go back to questions. So I'm just trying to read stuff. Oh, and so the Pure White World event here is that if you remember, there's the item up top that I was looking for. I should be Pure World, right? Where am I? Yeah, I'm pure white. Oh, look at there. Look at the cover. This king on the far left. For my one human death and for my two NPCs I killed, I'm almost at pure black already. I think I need one more human death at Boletaria to get pure black. Anyways, let's go get us a. Oh yeah, it is on the ground. Cool. Perfect. The magic sword Makoto, son. All right. a cursed katana that has appeared in folklore through the ages, named for Makoto, the giant who lived in a distant land. So I'm assuming we would have found out more about this had the giant archstone still existed. Countless unique teeth have been carved into its blade. These teeth ravage the flesh never to heal again. Cursed weapons like the Makoto are said to devour the wielder's essence and rob their warmth. Innumerable warriors continue to be taken by the Makoto's allure nevertheless. Oh, I actually do have something interesting to talk about with this area too, by the way, which I brought up in my lore video. But it's a theory that you guys have been presenting to me a couple of times. I was a little wishy-washy on it just because I was like, I wasn't sure. I just didn't know. With the theory being like, oh, all of the demons here, none of them existed in the past. They were all just based off of the religion and took the shape based on the religion itself that already existed. And so none of these creatures really did exist. And there's actually a item that basically confirms that. So let's take a look at that. And then we'll go get ourselves into pure black here. Or sorry, it's not an item, it's this that confirms it, basically. Perhaps the demon, a flying beast resembling a gigantic stingray, even though I've been calling them manta rays, is a manifestation of the thoughts and feelings of the shadow men who worshipped it centuries ago. So basically, it's just saying that this demon was a manifestation of the thoughts and feelings. I mean, it says perhaps, but like, still, I think the fact that it's saying could have been a manifestation of the thoughts and feelings of the shadow men who worshipped it, to me, that indicates that the demon came to form what they were worshipping, as opposed to the other way around. It's like, ancient Egyptians worship some pretty gnarly gods, and it's actually similar in some ways, this religion, to ancient religion, Egypt's religion. And we worship gods too, and we have throughout our history that are like pretty crazy and all that. So it'd just be like, oh, well, what if somehow the demons could take those thoughts and then manifest them? Like, that's kind of the idea here. All right, let's go to the island's edge now that we got his darling Makoto. Oh, I should have not had it first. Oh, well, whatever. It's fine. Because I don't think I'd talked to this guy yet. Satsuki. He really wants a Makoto real bad.
You have much to gain.
I have much to gain, eh? Okay, what? And he only comes here, by the way, during pure white world tendency.
I am Satsuki. I seek a keepsake of my father. Have you seen the sword inscribed Makoto?
Maybe.
I will offer you demon swords if you can help me find it.
Demon souls, you say?
You have found the Makoto, have you? Bless your good fortune and, well, good work. Now, just hand Makoto over to me.
Okay. Wait, actually, I did it in my... Well, I don't need it for lore. I'll just, do it this way, because this one's more fun to me, I think. If you say no, he just gets mad and tries to kill you. I'll just put it that way.
Yes. This is she. This luster, it's finally mine. But could this sword really be as deadly as they say? There is only one way to find out.
Yeah, so he's going to try to kill us anyways, even though we helped him. Killing him is going to drop our world tendency, which is why I wanted to wait to do it. And, yeah, but we get our Makoto back for killing him. You honestly, actually, don't get anything else. So I guess, if you want to stay in good, you have no reason to do this quest, because this is going to drop my character tendency too. Okay, so I think that finishes all of our pure white events at this point. So, I'm going to start warping around to places and just, offing myself, I guess, as a human. So I need some ephemeral eyes. And, yeah, I'll start ephemeral eyeing it up at every place to drop my world tendency. Okay. I especially want to do Latria today to talk about some stuff with Latria, too. Because that's going to be interesting. It'll actually help us talk about the Nexus a little bit, because I know you guys have some Nexus questions, too. Okay, so Let's grab some ephemeral eyes. And what else here? Don't need Hearthstone. Don't need Moonshade. Demon Brand I don't need for now, or Makoto. Let's grab that. Let's drop this. That. And the other thing I'm going to do, actually, is I'm going to grab, so I don't forget about it, some Archstone shards, because for next episode, just in case. I don't want to, like, screw myself over by forgetting. And just because I picked it up, let's look at the brushwood helm. This heavy metal helm belongs to a set of old armor held for generations by the Boletarian royal family. Highly resistant to flame, and most recently worn by Bjorn of the Twin Fangs, its extreme weight dramatically slows stamina regeneration. Held for generations by the Boletarian royal family. I wonder if that means that the Valor Fax is part of the royal family, actually. Something else that I just thought about, though, that comes to mind with this whole, like, discrepancy when it talks about denouncing something. You have to remember that there are translation errors and there's translation differences from the original Japanese, and it might have just been the way that the translator thought would sound better in translating this specific term. So it could be both ways, or maybe it's not so opposite sounding in the original Japanese, or more so. But I know the original Demon Souls had... Actually, the original Demon Souls had more translation errors than the remake. I think the remake did a better job with the translation from what I've seen. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit us up with... Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do this. Some ephemeral eyes right here. And let's hit that up. Now I'm alive again. All right, King's Tower. God, I wish I could just, like, drop my souls off somewhere and pick them up later. Like in Sekiro, where you just buy gold. Okay. Where's the easiest place to commit seppuku, I wonder? You know, the King's Tower isn't bad, because I can just let the dogs eat me up. Oh, wait. I wasn't thinking King's Tower. Oh, well. This should be fine. This should be fine. Wait, no, I want to do Inner Ward. Okay, so next comment. Next comment. From 420 Praise It. I've understood everything bar the Monumentals. Dave, will you make a Nexus related vid, including your beliefs and or theories on Monumental? I think I still need to do my own thought on the I think I need to read more about the Monumentals, which maybe by next video I'll have done. All I can tell is that maybe they were people who all lived, or some sort of Buddhist monks before. Oh, you know what? Actually, a great place to commit suicide is the fire right here. That's what I used to do. I remember now. Perhaps it was some sort of monks or something like that who all band together to seal away the old one, because it was essentially a world crisis. So I don't know there's really much more we can say about that. Okay, so I think I should be in pure black at this point. Oh, the other thing too is you actually have less health, I think, in pure black world tendency. And your character tendency is also going to screw with things. But anyways, let's drop a ephemeral eye. Let me go to, you know, let's go, what's going to be quickest? Underground Temple is not going to be that quick. Shrine of the Dragon God might be quick, actually, for committing Sudoku. Wait, you know what? Before I commit suicide here, I should just kill, I should kill the NPC. Why not? Screw it. Okay, I'm going to go to the Tunnel City, actually. Okay. Let's see. Wait. Oh, Edit Vadi's latest video on the secret of Demon Souls tells you how to get the starting gift ring if you didn't select it as your gift. That's nice to know, actually. I was wondering if there might be a way, but I just hadn't... I don't know if anyone knew yet how to do it, because it seemed like it was probably a Sparkly the Crow trade is I think what a lot of people were figuring. I know I watched that video, but I guess I forgot what he said. That was a good video by him, for sure. I think I might make an old callback video, actually. I was going to do a 5 Strangest Things video on Demon Souls, as I've mentioned before, but I might also do 10 things that inspired Demon Souls video, like Terra Mantis and I used to do back in the day. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and kill our bro here. Sorry, man. It's got to happen. It's for the lore, I swear. And just to screw myself over even more. Let's see what he drops. Scurver, what you got for me? A Ronin ring. A Ronin ring. Interesting, actually. Is he also from the East? I wonder. Well, he doesn't seem like it. Oh, but he collects stuff, so he likes collecting rare stuff. Note that I already had a Ronin ring that you pick up in 4-2. So you don't need to kill him for it. I think that's good to know, you know? Good to know. Thing is that he does you help drop that world tendency, so that's one of the reasons I wanted to kill him, was honestly just for the world tendency thing. Yeah, that's right. That's how I can get that guy. Alright. Don't need to worry about these guys anymore. I'm fine with Greystone. Okay. The King of Lance boss here is one of my favorite in all Souls game. Sorry. You're calling the Black Phantom bow women being the phalanx is spot on. Look at the soul dissipation in photo mode. Got it from Body Video. Oh, yeah, that was something really cool that Body talked about, which I guess I should say here. Her backstory likely Yormadar lineage, but grew up in World 4 from MMDE. Oh, was that what you were asking me if I read your theory? MMDE about Allant? But she doesn't seem to cast magic, but I have to look at her set. Again, I guess, what she's wearing. Because that would be more of the indicator. So, here's something that Vadi Vidya dropped in his Secrets You May Not Have Known video about Demon Souls, which is really damn cool. Is this going to be it? Is this going to be quick way? Oh, sick! Nice. So, if you kill the phalanx, a soul kind of dissipates, and you can see the outline of Allant, that Black Phantom I talked about, who could have possibly been the phalanx. So, if you kill the penetrator, same thing. The soul of that NPC Black Phantom that we saw shows up, and if you kill the soul of the Tower Knight, same thing again. So pretty cool stuff there, I think. All right, anyways, we gotta commit some more Stoku. Mr. Puck. It's not really related to anything in the video, but it occurs to me that leveling up is another form of the soul arts as you're gaining power from souls, both human and demon, that you collected. Yeah, I'd say that's a good point. That said, the thing about Estrava is that he didn't realize the demon he meets isn't demon really his father, but a demon his father made. Yeah, I wasn't really sure if he realized that or not, honestly. Because he does, well, whatever. My understanding with Estrava was that she wasn't talking about the souls of the people actually living in the valley, but instead the souls that the denizens of the valley were offering her were those of the knights and the other outsiders who wandered in seeking demon souls that they killed so she could offer them up to the old one. I think she did that, but I still think she had the thing that she was doing for them, for the people outside, just caring about them. Food says, as I go to Latria, I think Ivory Tower... No, actually, Upper Latria is definitely an easy way to commit Sudoku. Couldn't you relate Maiden Estrada to the Pale Lady from Dark Souls 1? You know Quelaag's sister. She tries sucking the poison out of the people of Blighttown. However, her eggs are still causing harm to the Hallows around her. So even though she's trying to do good, they're inevitably doing wrong. Yeah, I'd say that's more of how I see it. But, it's all interpretation. Okay, so... Oh, wait. Okay, look. So there you can see red specks coming out of the Boletaria one. That means that I have pure black tendency. Stone Thing Tungle, I need one more death, and that will be pure black. Okay. Did I do White World tendency here stuff? I did. Okay, cool. Just going through my head. I hadn't really thought about it until you brought it up, but this is from Aranther. I hadn't really thought about it until you brought it up. Where's my souls? There we go. Wait, what if I just go this way, actually? Nice. But is there a single case in the game of a person becoming a demon unwillingly? I mean, explicitly unwilling. There are several that are debatable, but the few whose motivations we know definitely did so willingly. Playing Wow, let me think. I don't know. I guess I gotta think. Well, let me finish reading and I'll think about it. Except for the people in Latria, maybe, but even the only ones the old monk turned into demons were those who willingly left the prison and went above in search of hope. Maybe that's another part of why he poisoned and tortured them, because he knew they had to be willing in order to become demons. And needed to make them desperate and insane enough to agree to his experimentations. Yeah, that's a good point. Obviously, we have no idea with the knights in Boletaria, if they willingly chose to, as I talked about last episode. Let's see. The demons in... the demons in... Not the Valley of Defilement are creatures. And Maiden Astraea willingly accepted it. We know that about her. Let's see. Let's go to... Here, you just brought up this area. Going to World 3... Sorry, this is World 3. Going to World 4. Yeah, I don't know. With World 4... Because that's more like people's thoughts and what they thought were, but none of them... It was like manifestations of ideas, so it's not like anyone had to accept anything. And in Stonefang, again, you get creatures. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, that makes it seem like a plausible theory. See, MMD says that Adjudicator reminds him of Kasith from FF7. Okay, I'm going to go to Stonefang and die one more time, so that way I can see how my World Tendency is doing. MMDE says the Tower Knight Black Phantom, the spear. Well, it's a scraping spear, the one you get if you use the Lead Demon Souls Phalanx, and yes, it's the same spear as thrown at you at the beginning of 1-1, just smaller scale. Interesting that they would choose that for what the Tower Knight's wielding. The spear is brutal to your equipment as it wears down durability extra fast, and this dude goes all in on Turtle Build. The Turtle Build can dex builds in the game, though, but not if you wear a shield like Tower Shield, as that's just too heavy and requires strength. Okay, so MMDE says this is back to Maiden Astraea, so another interpretation. Let's see where I'm at. Oh, I got... Okay, so World 3's done. Now I just need to go to 4 and 5. Okay. So World 4 and 5. What's going to be the fastest area? 5's easy. Oh, 4 is easy too. Also, I'll just go to the Ritual Path, and then for here, I'll just go to the Depraved Chasm and fall off the ledge. Okay, so that'll be easy. Yeah, my interpretation of Maiden Astraea is that she's akin to Mother Teresa. To truly get this reference, you need to look up the criticism of what she did, which I didn't actually know there were any, so I'll have to look that up myself. And what she's been accused of. Not everyone is as impressed by what she did, and I truly feel the same can be applied to Maiden Astraea. She was housing people often ill, starving, old, who's near death, often leaving them to continue to stay sick, starve, and die, but die in quote-unquote peace. Wait a second, where's my souls? Why behind? Why behind? Religious peace. She might have tried or tries to do good, but I think she's a bit twisted in some of her thinking, and she has feeded money to keep things going. I personally like that interpretation, but I think you guys already know that based off of my own bias for what I'd said before. But I think, you know, at this point, a lot of this stuff is interpretation. So if your guys' interpretations differ from mine, like Mr. Puck's, that's what these games are about. Darcy O. Solibane. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. I assume I am. On the subject of 3 Black Phantoms, the one that has the Tower Shield also wields the Scraping Spear. The weapon forged from the Phalanx's soul, as we talked about a moment ago. I think it's also the spear you see in the cutscene where you pull the lever, open the big game 1-1. Given there were 3 bosses and 3 Black Phantoms, it would make sense for them to be the same. I'm not sure the reasoning behind one of the Phantoms having 2 different boss weapons, however, and one having none. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I do wonder if that's like a post-lore thing that they were like, oh, we like this, and they decided to add it in. But then again, that was in the original game, Allant. I don't know. Gary, what I don't get is how do NPCs die? Aren't Biora and Estrava... Yeah, I thought this was a really interesting question, actually. Aren't Bior and Estrava connected to the Nexus? Did the Monumental let them go all of a sudden? If so, what a prick. Mr. Puck says, no, they aren't. The Nexus is a physical place that can be traveled to in the world. The Archstones also allow people to warp to it, so you don't have to be bound to it via Nexial binding in order to go there. And Gary says, okay, I mean, provided they can use Archstones without the binding, because otherwise it'd lead to Game of Thrones style time travel, or travel time shenanigans. Travel time, thank you. I think it could be Mr. Puck's interpretation, and that would make sense. Another thing I've wondered, though, is why so many of them have Black Phantoms. Like, why would that just... It would seem that you'd have to be able to go into soul form to me to have a Black Phantom, because that's the way it works for players. So something I've thought could be the possibility, and that's not discrediting Mr. Puck's theory, because that could be the correct theory. I'd love to hear what you guys think regarding this, especially, because I'll probably talk about it in my next lore video, so... definitely helps when I can have other people's like comments and groupthink and all that. My thought is that we see what happens to the Crestfallen Warrior, and that when he becomes soul starved, it's essentially like, and we see what happens to the soul starved. You know, the soul starved start to go insane, and eventually, like with the Crestfallen Warrior, he just disappeared. You know, if he goes away and his souls are there in his place after he goes hollow enough. So what I wonder is that you kill them the first time and it takes away their physical form, essentially, if you kill the NPC. But a lot of them have Black Phantom forms too who you can kill. And maybe that's similarly killing them that way. And maybe it depends on the NPC. Maybe every NPC is different. Like, some of them have Black Phantoms, and some of them just happen to wander there and get there. And like you said, maybe they can use Archstones and travel to get there. Because it looks like, from everything we see about the Nexus, it seems to be something floating in the sky, right? So I don't think you could necessarily travel there unless you had access to Archstones. But I do think that this is a really good question, for sure. Okay, so this is from Redness19. And let me see how I'm doing in terms of world tendency. Hey, it looks like everything's pure black, except for maybe the Archstone of the Chieftain. So I'll die one more time, and that should be good, I think. Hey Dave, something to chew on. How did Maiden Estrada denounce God if God is the Old One? It's not like she met the Old One like the player does. I am assuming since what the player has to accomplish to get an audience, how did she make that covenant? Okay, I don't need to be human anymore, so let's go back to Full Moon Grass. Okay, so here's the thing before I answer that question, is as I try to do this pure black stuff, you can only do it, and I probably only be able to finish some of this Let's Play, but you can only do it essentially once you kill something. There's two events that happen. There's a Black Phantom, and there's a, I'm going to go into Latria. You have to do it this way, that's right. There's a Black Phantom, and there is a Primeval Demon. Killing either of them raises your world tendency. So you essentially have to get these events and do them both in one run. So otherwise, and if you die, that's okay, but you just can't, you cannot warp away. If you die, don't use an Archstone, otherwise it's going to change your world tendency. Oh, speaking of which, what is my world tendency now? Is it pure black? It's pure black everywhere. Okay, so back to Redness 19. I believe that when certain humans absorb too many souls, they become corrupted. Morphing them into their demonic version. When killed, their soul is released into the world. So I gotta like look every so often at what I'm doing here. You might actually be able to kill me in pure black, but then again, oh my god, look at this. This is a -1 level, and even as strong as I am, I almost died because we're in pure black. I believe that when when killed, their souls released into the world. This only explains demons that were once human. Why or how Demon Soul would morph into something like the Judicator or Storm King is less clear to me. And then Mr. Puck responds, Estrella never knew the god she prayed to, and the Old One were the same. The church believes in the Old One, and their god are two different beings, which is why miracles are okay, but sorcery is an evil spawn of Satan, even though both are soul arts. Even leveling up, i.e. gaining power from collected souls, is another form of soul arts. As for how she made the pact, the game never says. Perhaps it was simply a matter of praying to the Old One directly and offering to become a demon, or maybe she simply began absorbing souls to gain power and becoming a demon to the natural is the natural result. Yeah, good points all around there. I agree completely with everything you were saying there. I don't think the church doesn't realize that who they were praying to is the Old One. Another thing that I think is worth mentioning and bringing up, just because I've had people ask me about it, is that people have brought up a couple times that about who the god is in Demon Souls, and I don't think that I think there could be another god. It seems that way from the cutscenes. I just don't think that other god. I just think that, sorry, I should say I just think the god that they are praying to, that the church specifically is praying to, I think is the Old One. But I do think there's a god who created the Old One and humans and all that. That's a different god. I just don't, again, it's just specifically who the church is praying to. All right, so he can be pretty tough, our bro over here. But, again, just use my patented strategy of just let them run into you and then wail at them when they get close. He's using the phosphorescent pole, which I saw one of you guys bring up is the same item that Maiden Estrella uses, which I never knew. So this is something I want to look at, because that would be really interesting regarding him and his lore. Because it said that he killed a witch, or he stole it from the witch in the sky. It makes you wonder if he stole it from Maiden Estrella. Because also, the Nexus is in the sky. So, that really brings that into question. Okay, so, that Black Phantom of him, as I mentioned before, that is a pure black event. So, that only happens if you have pure black world tendency. The other thing that happens is the Primeval Demon, and, oh god, some of these guys right there, who I just like killing. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward at this point. Something I should mention real fast is that if you want to do everything in one go, if you screw up, it's fine. You can just drop some ephemeral stones and die a few times, whatever, and like get your world back to pure black tendency. It's not the biggest deal in the world, but if you want to do it in one go, you have to do it start at the beginning, because you can't go backwards. So you have to start at where I just started. Okay, back to the fast forward. The stakes have never been higher. If I die, I have to start all the way back at 4-1. Or, you know, I could just go where I want and drop some more ephemeral eyes. But 4-1! 3-1. Why do I keep on calling this world 4? 3-1. I have to start all the way back at 4-1, beat it all, and make my way backwards to 3. Alright, so that is a Primeval Demon. You see him? He's beautiful. He's beautiful. What the fuck? Okay, there we go. Got them. There we have our Primeval Demon. Apparently them dropping colorless demon souls is like a random thing, but I think given that this is the remake, I'd imagine that they all drop them. Makes you wonder if this is what demons were originally like. If they're called Primeval Demons when things first started. Man, I'm actually not sure. I feel like I should really like figure out the Primeval Demons a little bit better for the story lore video. because you know it's like primeval man, right? It's like the first demons look like this. So I wonder if they evolved like man. I think these ones can attack you. No, I'm not gonna let. There it is. Oh, man, I want him to attack me, but I also don't. I'll do it in World 2. I'll let him attack me just to see what it looks like. Yeah, World 1's a little too dangerous. Or in this year, because it took so long to get to. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fast forward again. Or actually, maybe cut to me back at, Man, I'm far away. I'm just going to use one of my Archstones, actually. Archstone. Away! I want to get that attack, and I'm really curious. I'm going to finish Stonefang, and then that'll probably wrap up this episode because of how much longer it went than I thought it would. Okay, so let me go to Stonefang, and we're going to start at the smithing grounds, and I'm going to let one of those primeval demons attack me. Oh, and he dropped a colorless demon soul, so I can look at that too. So, a couple things to note. If you look at my World Tendency, look how much has popped up in Latria. It's almost pure white. That's how much that helps. So if you ever like really screw up, you could try to just go pure black first, bring it up there to that level, and then kill the final boss, and you should get to pure white, I think. The other thing I was gonna do is look at the colorless demon soul. Soul of a primeval demon, drearily anemic compared to most demon souls. Certain demon souls transmute into magic, miracles, or weapons. So yeah, you can use that to level up certain weapons. But I guess interestingly, it doesn't make its own unique weapon. So that's interesting. You know what I'm gonna do for the pacing of this video is I'll probably fast forward to me getting to the other pure black world event too, actually. So there's no reason to watch me run through a level you've already seen me run through. Unless you really want to hear these Stonefang thoughts. I didn't really end up talking about Latria at all, even though I meant to. But I guess I got a lot of my Latria thoughts out. Oh, that's cool. I didn't notice there was a city over there in the distance. You see that? That's actually really cool. I did not notice that. Alright, be right back. Okay, I think at this point we're close enough to where I was before. That was a great mistake, great derp moment. If you guys haven't seen it, by the way, Sunlight Blade posted a video where I did a little co-op with him here at 2-1. Today, actually, of the day I recorded this. Okay, let's let him attack me. Bro, you can make it. I believe in you. Oh, he does like no damage at all. Aw, poor guy. He's so weak. But I guess if I didn't have so many demon souls, this would actually be hurting me for quite a bit. I think that's his only attack. I don't think his tail can hurt you. Yeah, I think that's it. Baby primeval demon. Alright, guys. I'm gonna fast forward again. See you guys soon. Going to Phantom Skerver. Okay, guys, we are back, ready to fight Skerver. He can be a little difficult, so I'd say just ambush him, because he got his magic, yo. No, 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 no. No magic for you, Skerv. Bro. Uh-oh. He's gonna fuck me over here. Yup. I should not have done that. Okay. Well, if he hits me again with that, I'm dead. That's the truth. Okay, gonna try my normal strat. Granted, yeah, he's got those quick fireballs too, so that's what you gotta watch out for with him. The big ones, I guess, they're pretty easy to not get hit by, but yeah, those small ones, you can rapid fire those at you, I think. Oh wait, shit, I think he's, I don't remember if he heals himself. Oh, I think it's regen. Either it's heal or regen. I guess it's just a general heal. Bad Scurver. Bad. Oh, I just walked past that. I didn't even try to dodge. He actually dropped something interesting here that I've been wanting to talk about for forever. The Talisman of Beasts! We got it, we got it, we got it. Okay, let's talk about the Talisman of Beasts. So, an old wooden amulet featuring a symbolic depiction of the Old One. A can be used to cast both miracles and magic. What was considered a depiction of God was in fact an image of the Old One portrayed as a force of feral chaos. So this is where everything about the church, like on top of something from not Saint Urbain, Sage Frake. On top of something from Sage Frake, which relates like, oh my god, wait till you find out what the church, what their god really is. This is really the nail in the coffin for that. That shows like it is not only the description, also looking at it looks like the Old One, which we'll see next episode. But yeah, an old wooden amulet, and it's a talisman, but it casts miracles and magic, so that links the two together. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna go down. I'll fast forward again, and I'll see you guys back at the Nexus for the wrap up. At least I can do that with my souls. All right, let's pull out this phosphorescent pole and take a look. Okay, does not look like what Maiden Astrai is using, so I guess that's... I heard that, I was like, wow, that's such an interesting theory, that it's like the same thing, the phosphorescent pole. But, yeah, it doesn't look like it to me. So, okay. Let's see what it says anyways. One of Lord Rydell's most storied exploits from his adventures beyond Boletaria's borders is his theft of this weapon from the Witch in the Sky. A long rod inlaid with blue gems that emits phosphorescent light. So, yeah, it would have been really, really interesting if this had been the same as what she uses. Because then that would indicate she's the Witch in the Sky. And the Nexus is in the sky. But, at least from, like, the image we've seen from the Monumentals, where it's, like, this diamond floating thing in the sky. And the fact that we drop down here to where the Old One is. But, man, that's too bad. I was really rooting for it. I bet I don't have the dex to wield this. And let's see. Yep, don't have the dex. All right, let's do that. And cool. Is there anything else I wanted to look at just now? No. All right, guys, that is going to wrap up this Let's Play as I send some things to storage. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time. Later, guys. Mbasa. Peace. I offer peace.